Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or Tank12, however you want to call me. I don't really care, and welcome back to World of Tanks. This time around, Frontlines game mode. Now, this is probably not going to be a common occurrence. I will probably not be uploading as much Frontlines gameplay as I would have done previously, because you guys probably are right now completely overflown with Frontlines game modes gameplay and with playing it yourself, right? So why should I show you guys anything of that, since you can play it yourself and you're trying it out for yourself? So today I just wanted to make a little comparison to the Frontlines game mode right now and how it was at the beginning when they released it in 2018, and what I prefer as my loadout. Now obviously Frontlines game mode is quite a long match, since it can turn up to, like, what is it, max amount of minutes, 30, half an hour, so it can be quite a long battle, but this one really is worth it. It's a nice battle. Your main objective is to destroy the last few cannons at the back of the map, these huge gun turrets, which I think are very much kind of badly represented because they're too large. I don't think that they're that large as they are displayed as in the game. So we're attacking and we're on C. Now C is the objective that is the easiest to defend and the hardest to push, and that is also one of the reasons why I'm picking the Scorpion G. I want a hard-hitting vehicle that can drive some vehicles out of their comfort zone, like this 50 TP prototype over there. So obviously Frontlines, the map hasn't changed. You're still playing in these sectors, and you can only reach the other sectors, D, E, and F, and the coastal guns, which are at the coast, through capturing each one of those circles. And these capture points are basically identical to World of Tanks, but this time around you do not reset the cap by shooting the vehicles that are on the cap. You have to destroy each and every one of them or push them out of the cap to reset the cap. This is going to make it a lot more difficult to players who are stacking the cap, teams that just stack the cap with 10 vehicles, but it also makes it a lot more interesting to see how huge of a brawl it can be in a cap circle. Because usually, let's face it, there aren't like these huge brawls about a cap circle with 20 vehicles in the main game, but it's still pretty cool. So C is a very special area because it's very difficult to attack. It's very easy to defend, and I think even with the overhaul, they still made it quite difficult to capture. A and B, since they do, especially B, does provide you with a lot of cover for the attacking side, and A has quite an open field for both sides. C is just really kind of unbalanced for the attacking team. But I think it does make it balanced again, because B is very easy to capture, A is kind of in the middle for everyone. It's okay to defend, it's okay to attack, and C is just very difficult to capture. It just kind of makes it a little bit more strenuous for the players playing on C, because you cannot choose at the beginning of the match where you want to spawn. And what happens is that a lot of people, since they know that C is going to be quite the annoying stretch of land that you can't really hold very well, and if you don't have any teamwork is going to really be a pain in the ass, what is going to happen is that a lot of people will just decide to abandon C and go over to B and A. Now I've had that happen quite a few times, and even when I get frustrated, I kind of abandon C and just go for A and B. But eventually it does get important to capture these points, because obviously you'll need C as well, because it's going to give you a 5-minute added bonus to allow you to actually capture, excuse me right here, to allow you to actually capture the next position. Gives you 5 more minutes, which are very important later on in the game. So what happens right here is you can see that we have lost quite a few vehicles on C. We have a defender very much out in the open, and right here, this is my favorite usage of equipment which is the artillery strike. Now, I don't like to play artillery, but I love to call it an arty strike in Frontlines, because I think the artillery strike and the airstrike are the most useful, with the smoke screen added in there somewhere too. I think the smoke screen can work out, but you really need some teamwork for the smoke screen. But with artillery and with an airstrike, you can always help your team out by just shooting them. Now, my first endeavor, my first kind of game, this is actually my third game, so I'm going to be upfront. My third game in my Scorpion G just didn't really work out, and you can see I'm kind of frustrated right there. We only have a couple of vehicles on C, so I decided to go to A, because if I'm spawning at A, I can probably do some damage over at D. I think I'm either spawning at A or B, but it's probably going to be the Lorraine 40T. Now keep this in mind, this was my third match, and the beginning is quite tough to get through. I was very upset at the very beginning of this matchup because I just spawned on A. What happens is they have people coming over from B and they are engaging us over here. Now, playing the Lorraine 40T is actually one of my favorite things to do on this map because it combines great mobility with a very, very good gun, with actually no armor, but with basically the best kind of things that you'll need in this game mode. And you can see how quickly I was dead. I was not even spawned for a minute. I was targeted by a T-28 prototype, by a Progetto 46, by a T-26E5, and by an airstrike. And it was really upsetting because I just spawned in on A, and it was kind of karma for not spawning on C and helping my team out over there. But I spawned in on there, and I was getting so mad because they just focused me and they did a really good job. So props to them, but still, spawning and getting spawn killed really sucks, even in this game mode. So yeah, just keep out, look where they are. You have a mini map, and I actually saw that there were quite a few of the vehicles riding over there, and I decided to go back, exact some revenge with the IS-3A. Now this is going to be a common occurrence you'll see in this game mode. You'll see people playing very powerful premium tanks, and I am no exception. I want to play the best vehicles that give me the best shot at getting into general. Now, you'll probably ask yourself, well, the very first 3 objectives have already been taken. I'm still private, right? How am I supposed to become a general? Well, you become a general by doing a lot of damage, by, you know, capturing bases, which I haven't done yet, by assisting, destroying tanks, by destroying the objectives. There are a lot of ways for you to gain those very nice experience points. And you can see right there, we're right there again, target for artillery, and it is quite annoying, but at least it doesn't stun you. Much better than the current artillery configuration in the main mode. They don't stun you. So my favorite loadout for Frontlines is basically a combination of a lot of premium vehicles that I do tend to use in the standard game mode, but I haven't played a lot. This is basically the place where I start playing my premium tanks again and where I start grinding my credits. Now the IS-3A, obviously, back in the days when it wasn't as good as it is right now, since it is very, very much broken, I didn't really like the IS-3A last year around. I didn't play it because it just didn't have the rate of fire. So I decided to play more on the side of the defender. But this time around I enjoy the IS-3A, the Progetto 46, the Lorraine 40T, the Scorpion G, and some kind of light tank, the M41 Walker Bulldog, the Black Dog. I like to play them as well, just to have the mobility. And what most of these vehicles have in common is that they either have a big gun with the Scorpion G and the IS-3A, or they have a premium loader or a premium auto reloader like the Progetto 46 or the IS-3A or the Lorraine 40T, or they're very, very fast like the Progetto 46, the Lorraine 40T, or the IS-3A. Okay, it's not very fast, it's fast enough, and the so-called Black Dog, the M41 GF.
Heavy artillery is ready.
Now, I really enjoy playing these vehicles, and they give me the best kind of
Zone E contested.
best kind of feeling in doing the most damage and allowing me to be the most competitive. Now, I want to reach General, right? Because if you reach General, you're going to get a lot more experience in getting the ranks for level 30, which you want to reach. You want to get the prestige mode, and since right now with the Frontlines game mode we can reach 2 prestige, we can prestige twice. That is exactly what I'm trying to do in this week. I want to reach prestige twice, so that's quite a lot of games that I'm going to be playing, and that means I'll have to do damage. I'll have to be very competitive, and I'll have to set a goal for myself. Now we're already in the second phase, and we have only just reached Lieutenant. Lieutenant, at least on my front, I'm the farthest, and my team actually hasn't had one of the guys who is just destroying everything. Right there, I decide to be a little bit too aggressive. What happens? I get knocked out by SU-130 PM. The T-44 lives and I die. And my IS-3A gets locked behind the wall. What am I going to be choosing? Now, these are the vehicles that I have currently in my garage. What I can basically say, what I'm never going to be playing is the Löwe. At least attacking wise, I'm not going to be playing the Löwe. I'm not going to be playing the T-34. I'm not going to be playing a lot of these vehicles because they're too slow or they're too sluggish. And I'm probably going to be playing the Lorraine 40T or the M4190GF. I'm not sure what I'm choosing right here. Oh yeah, right there. There we go. And what you can see right there is I've died so many times now that I don't even have a vehicle left. So 2 minutes 50 seconds. Now, capturing bases is one of the main points where you get really a lot of experience from, where you're going to be ranking up quite fast. So capturing them or defending them is very, very important. And I kind of have neglected that for doing more damage over there. So what I tend to do right now is I choose my luck, and we jump on the capturing this objective and almost getting RD'd by this artillery strike. But we still capture it, and you can see we've made quite a bit of progress towards the next rank. Now keep in mind, I haven't really figured out that I have no more tanks left. If I die now, it's game over for me, because I've basically used up all my tickets, and I've been just way too aggressive, and this is going to be game over. I'm playing my M4190GF very aggressively right there, being the very first tank to almost cross into enemy territory. But we do engage this T-26E4, we track him around the building with his turret actually sticking the wrong direction where he can actually hit us. We do hit him again, and I think we finish him off. Now keep in mind, I haven't figured out that I have no more vehicles left, right? I'm trying to get into cover right here, and I get hit by a SU-130 PM. That is half of my HP gone. And look at what I'm going to run into next. Emil 1, he misses the second shot, which probably would have killed me, and now I've noticed I have no more tickets left. I was thinking, yeah, I'm just going to be jumping into the Lorraine 40T, and I see the repair station. I know that I have to cross the way with the SU-130 PM and the Emil 1, but I hope that the Emil 1 has retreated and can't shoot me, and I hope that no artillery is looking at me right now, because if that is going to be happening, I'm going to be toast, and this is going to be game over. So, I just managed to save myself. I've noticed that I only have this tank remaining, and now I'm playing a little bit more cautiously. This Scorpion G doesn't give a fuck. He just drives up this wall. Doesn't really care that there are 2 tank destroyers in the back. Now I decide to be aggressive, push that position, and spot these tank destroyers for my team. That's what you have to do with a light tank. That's the only reason you're here, to spot these targets. But it is kind of difficult to spot the vehicles if like there is so much going on, when there's so many people running around. It does happen that people actually do kind of just
airstrike is ready.
spot them before you, or they get spotted by some kind of consumable. Right there I'm using an airstrike to get the SC-130PM. You can see 387 damage. We get to Captain and we have a tank in our garage now. Awesome. So even if I die right now, it doesn't matter, I will be able to respawn, but that is not my standard. I do not want to die right now. I want to do some more damage. I'm going to be rolling around and I'm going to be trying to spot some more vehicles.
Heavy artillery.
So my artillery right there has been gifted to me, so you have to use these things as fast as you can, as quickly as you can, because the recharge time takes so long. And I mean, the only thing you're going to get is more damage through this, so use them as quickly as you can. Don't try to hoard them, you know, or you can hoard them if you really want to, and just, you know, unleash all of them at once, but I would much rather just use them as quickly as I can to get them very quickly back. So 300 seconds, that's quite a long time, right? That's quite a few minutes that you have to wait, but still, it does work out. If you have two consumables and you level them both up, you're going to be able to use them in these kind of moments where the other one is still recharging. You'll be able to use the other, so it's just going to be cutting down on the wait time, and you'll be able to use consumables or these airstrikes all the time. And that really is a huge help, especially if you're engaging a vehicle that is behind a hill or is just about to take out a vehicle that is capturing one of the very important positions. And I think that's just something that you have to keep in mind. So right here, we have actually managed to get to the last objectives. We have to destroy the naval guns now. We have pretty much unlocked all the fronts except for F. And now we still have 4 minutes left, or 5 minutes. And what I decide to do right here, since I'm not going to be able to do a lot of damage to all of these vehicles milling around with my M41 Walker Bulldog, I decide to actually be a little bit more aggressive. It turns out it is a bad idea. I get whacked directly by the T-54 Mod 1. I think he's going to hit me. No, the STR-VS1 hits me, so that's even worse. And I decide to actually be a bit more aggressive and get into a position where I can do some damage to someone or some objective, right? I mean, the rate of fire on this vehicle is not too bad, but it also isn't good enough to be engaging tier A medium tanks or heavy tanks. So that's not going to be one of the things I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking for a vehicle that is already engaged in some kind of form of battle, and I just want to really add some hits into that, get some more damage to get the rank of general. Now, right now, we are on the top rank with a couple of other players on my team. It's captain, next rank is going to be major, and the final rank, general, is just 2 ranks away. What do we spot right there? FV, we get hit, we're one shot, and I decide to actually, you know what, screw this, I'm not going to go back and repair myself. I'm going to go and be aggressive. I'm going to go sit behind turret 2 and just unleash all my shells. Now, the main batteries right here have 300mm at the front, like something along the lines of 200mm on the side, and on the rear it's only 17mm fixed. So even a vehicle like the M41 Walker Bulldog, the GF version, can actually penetrate it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've already taken away about 1000 HP off of it, and I'm going to be continuing as long as I can, as long as they don't come over and start engaging me. Because it doesn't matter, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage right here, and it's going to be a lot easier for my team when they push around the other side and actually get here in time. So I unfortunately get knocked out by the defender, but I've done about 2000 damage, which is obviously going to be just enough for my team to take it out afterwards. So what I notice now is that we need time. We only have 2 minutes remaining, and this time around you don't get like 2 minutes added on your attacking counter. This time around the game just finishes. So I'm picking my Lorraine 40T. Although it did end horribly at the beginning, I know this time around I can make it work. I'm picking my Lorraine 40T. I'm going to be spawning over at F, and I'm going to be capturing F right now. Now I'm thinking it doesn't matter if I die because I'm going to get the next tank in 2 seconds. So I'm going to be sitting on F, and we're going to get some more time, and then we're going to be going after the objectives. This is the reason why you have to capture all the sectors, because it just, you don't have enough time to get to the objectives to destroy them, because most of the time the enemy team will have respawned back there very quickly and be very aggressive in their endeavor to defend them. So we haven't done that amazing much damage, 7,712, and we've played like 4 or 5 tanks now, and what we only have done is capture 2 objectives. We did do some very serious damage to the turret too, but still at the same time we have some more damage to do if we want to reach general. You can see we already have the first major on our side and the first general on the enemy team, which is a T-54 Mod 1. I didn't expect someone to be playing that vehicle. But you can see we're very close to capturing F and giving ourselves some more minutes that we really need to engage the targets. The beauty of the Lorraine 40T with its gun, the accuracy, and its pen, we do quite a lot of damage. 300 damage right there to the Scorpion G, and that does hurt. And we just captured a zone, and we're very close to Major. We just got a kill as well, and now we are very close to Major. So what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be pushing with the rest of my team. We've added ourselves another 3 minutes onto the clock, and now we're going to be able to destroy the main targets if we are fast enough. There's the Scorpion G running away. I do not get a shot off on him, but I do get the GW Tiger Peep, and we're Major, and we do not get the kill. But that's just the beauty of the Lorraine 40T. This vehicle, with its rate of fire, with its mobility, is the perfect contender for this map. It's the perfect vehicle. If you add the Progredo 46 into this batch, it would just be amazing. You'll be doing so much damage because you're going to be playing against same tier vehicles, you have decent enough penetration, you're fast enough to get around, and even if they hit you a couple of times, you're still going to be running around if you're not going to be running into 10 vehicles at once. Now the beauty of the Lorraine 40T, auto loader, and just the high damage that you do deal, and you can see right there, we do deal all of our damage, and we get an entire clip into a Lorraine, into 2 Lorraines, one in the back, one in the front, and we are very close to general. We're going to be, if we do this fast enough, we might become general of the very first general of our team. So the very important thing right here is with objective 5, if you have this position, that's one of the reasons why you have to defend this position very early on in the match. If you don't defend this position, I'll be able to shoot into your spawn. I will not be able to spot you from here, but I will be able to shoot you if they spot you. What happens is my team is moving up to objective 5, getting behind it and trying to shoot it, and I can just sit back here and do my damage. I've totaled now 10,679 damage, some spotting damage, and I just have the ability to reload my vehicles, sit back here, and just engage the vehicles that are over there. My next target is obviously going to be the Scorpion G, because that thing, if he does hit me, it's going to hurt like hell. But he's going to be a main priority, because in that position he's a very dangerous tank to all the guys sitting down at objective 5. And now we only have 2 minutes remaining to destroy 2 more objectives. Now you can see they can't spot me, but we can actually shoot them because they are spotted by the Type 59, they're spotted by the Centurion 5-1. Now I'm super close to general. And at this moment I'm kind of thinking, am I going to be the first general on my team? That would be pretty cool. But you only get like the commemoration if you do become general as the first guy in the entire match. That's very difficult. 60 people, you becoming the first general in the entire match, that is definitely very hard to do. But we are very close, so I'm going to focus the IS-38. That vehicle has horrible frontal armor, so we're just going to be smashing away with 232 millimeters of penetration, And there we go, we became general, the very first general on our team, and we've turned this game around from the get-go, where it was a very, very bad game, where we were almost eliminated very early on in the match. We turn it around and we get off all our shots, and we do 13,000 damage. Now, 13,000 damage, that is a number I can live with. And that really shows you how impressive these auto loaders can be in this matchup. And yeah, how quickly you can turn a loss into a win. I never expected to be able to come back from such a terrible start. I lost vehicles so quickly and I lost them so early on, but I still managed to pull it out and become the first general on my team. So there's quite a bit of leeway. There's quite a bit of forgivingness to the entire game, and that's pretty damn nice. Now you might hear it, but I'm a little bit sick. My nose is a bit runny, and I have caught a cold, so it's going to be quite difficult to be making 3 videos this week. So I'm going to be trying, but I'm not going to be promising anything. Maybe there's just going to be becoming a video where I'm not going to be talking. It's just gameplay, some sorts of like that, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video about Frontlines. My favorite kind of combination to play is basically the Lorraine, the Progetto M-Mod 46, the Scorpion G, the IS-3A, and maybe throw in some heavily armored vehicle for those very difficult places to take, especially C and B. And yeah, other than that, play whatever tank you want to play. It's great, you're only facing Tier 8s, and that's exactly what people have been calling out for. And now it's here, enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.